I asked various people what they thought of this show, and everyone, to a man, said that it was shit. Now, was it? Or was this one a pleasant surprise? Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this, the first of 2 October episodes of 10 years ago. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, starting tonight, starting this month, you'll be getting at least two episodes of 10 years ago every month for the next couple of years. Because of course, this month, the month of October 2004, 2 WWE pay-per-views. We've got this one, No Mercy, and then of course in a couple of weeks' time I'm going to bring you Taboo Tuesday from the Raw side of things, and then of course in November we have the Survivor Series from the WWE, but there'll be a new contender coming along as we talk about TNA's first pay-per-view, which of course was Victory Road. More of that in November. Of course, it's October the 3rd, 2004, and we are live at the Continental Airlines Arena in East Rutherford, New Jersey, which has been home to 3 SummerSlams. It was home to this year's Extreme Rules and many more. There's 10,000 fans on hand. Mark Jindrak defeated Scotty 2 Hotty on Heat after ducking under the pre-worm Bulldog, and Carnage likes punching him in the face. Now, as I said, before we go on, as I said at the start of this one, I asked various friends about this one because I don't remember I must have seen it at least once. I must have seen it on the night, as is my way. But again, I'm sorry to sound like a cliche machine that I am, but I don't remember seeing this one since the night. So, as I say, asked various friends, and each to a man said this is rubbish. Now, because I didn't write on my notes just then what the date was, and I do like to be accurate, I've just gone to the Wikipedia page so that I've got the right information in front of me. I can't help but noticing, this isn't on my notes at all, but there's a little thing at the top here, and it says, right, the professional wrestling section of the Canadian Online Explorer website rated the entire event a 5 out of 10, right? Nothing wrong with that, is there? But it's the next line that I have issue with, and that says, describing the event as an absolutely terrible pay-per-view event. Now surely, if it's terrible, it's not 5 out of 10, is it? It's 1 out of 10, or 2 out of 10. You might even call it 3 out of 10 and call it terrible. Surely a 5 out of 10 pay-per-view is an average pay-per-view. Oh, never mind, I don't think it works like that. Yeah, 240,000 buys for this one. Is also some information there that I didn't write down. Should we get on with it? Yes, we should. Eddie Guerrero defeating Luther Reigns in a decent opener. And yes, I did use the phrase decent when describing Luther Reigns. On the 9th of September episode of SmackDown, there was a lumberjack match between Eddie Guerrero and Kurt Angle. Big Show interfered in that one, making his first appearance since, if I remember rightly, and I could be wrong on this one, but it was the night that Big Show chokes on Kurt Angle off that big-ass ledge and broke him up and made him the general manager. Basically a week later, Big Show is offered contracts to face either Guerrero or Angle here at No Mercy. Show wanted Eddie, signed his contract. Eddie and his goons, Luther Reigns and Mark Jindrak, were all celebrating, so Big Show tore up the contract and attacked Angle instead, and we'll talk more about that one later. So tonight, Eddie faces a goon in the opener. It's one of those unlucky Eddie, you deserve better than this, surely. Anyway, power versus speed, which is always good, and Reigns surprising me by working the back and working it well. He gets a nice sidewalk slam, and then a huge backbreaker followed by a few minutes later, where he hits another one, and he holds and bends the back round in place. That's really nice. The crowd are hot as Jindrak on the outside keeps getting interfered, and Reigns has the ref distracted. Really nice power slam. Not only gets 2 for Reigns, but it works the back. Hooray! Reigns goes for the Reigns of Terror, which Eddie counters perfect. And I think he's got him in a dragon sleeper position. So Eddie runs up the ropes and turns it into a sliced bread. That's really nice. Eddie come back with the 3 Amigos. Back should have given out if you're a nitpicky guy. But anyway, the point is that Reigns blocks the 3rd. Eddie rolls outside and spots a policeman/security guard and gets a baton out of his back pocket. And a funny thing, because the policeman, security guard, whatever, he's checking, making sure the crowd aren't doing anything. So Eddie comes along and it's like, he pulls the baton out of his back pocket. He grabs a chair, takes it into He grabs the chair and they have a tug of war with it. And Mark Jindrak's on the apron, so they're tugging and tugging and tugging. And Eddie lets go of it, and predictably Luther Reigns staggers back in the chair. He manages to hit Reigns and Jindrak in one motion. That's really, really nice. I like that. Frog splash misses. Referee gets rid of the chair that was still in the ring. And while he's doing that, Eddie pulls the baton out. Bam. Clocks him with it, clocks Reigns with it, gets the frog splash for the win at 13 minutes, which is a surprising length, even 30 minutes, 30... I haven't seen one of these for a while, so I don't mind that much. Guess what it is? You know very well that it's an ambulance, of course it is. Yeah, enjoy that far more than I was expecting to, which will be a common theme throughout this show, I think. Oh, there's a spoiler for you. Nothing bad at all. Reigns looked like he had his working boots on. Eddie looked like he wanted to make Reigns look as good as he can before he got the eventual win. The crowd were hot, decent length, it's all good. In the back, Dawn Marie is with that bloke, what's his name? Josh Matthews, I'm writing it down. She claimed on SmackDown this past week that Charlie Haas and Miss Jackie are engaged, and then insinuated that she is having an affair with Haas. So in the back, Josh asked her about it. Dawn says that she will say what she's got to say to Jackie's face. She goes and finds Jackie, and we get some atrocious acting from the two girls as Dawn claims that Charlie's into her because he felt pressured into marrying Jackie or something like that, don't care. Next, Spike Dudley's defeating Nunzio to retain the Cruiserweight Championship in a poor match. Spike comes out first, which you know I don't like. Do not like it when the champion comes out first. Spike's half-brothers come out with him, and they interfere a lot. You know a move isn't a good move or doesn't look good when the commentator said that didn't look pretty. In this case, it's the Pescada to the outside that Nunzio does. It does not look nice. Nunzio gets a one-handed powerbomb to make up for it out of the corner. That looked great. FBI have faces here, but you wouldn't know it by the crowd reaction because it's one of those, look, we've got a guy here who we know and we know about him and we like him, sort of, even though he's a heel, and we've got a guy who we just don't give a fuck about. So the We Want Tables chant is almost inevitability, isn't it? They don't give a flying fuck about Nunzio at all. Johnny the Bull and Devon end up brawling. Ref tries to sort them out, allowing Bubba to post Nunzio, and that's all she wrote at 8 minutes and 44 seconds. A longer match than what you'd see on SmackDown. It's all good and well, right? You got Michael Cole and Taz trying to put the Cruiserweight division over. You'll only see this on SmackDown and all that shit. But the thing is, if this is the type of match that you're expecting to see when you see a Cruiserweight Championship match, I don't want to see him. It's just a standard match. There's nothing special about it. One crossbody to the outside, and that looked terrible to the point where the commentator said it didn't look pretty. What the fucking do? Also, before anyone says it has a Mick, they've got a good storyline going here. Trust me, I get it, folks. I do. You've got a story where Spike can only retain his championship because of his brothers. I get it. Truly, I really do. The amount of interference in this match, though, was fucking daft. It really was. We get a recap video of The Undertaker winning the championship at Survivor Series 1991. It's all good. It's one of those funny things, this one, because Undertaker hit a tombstone piledriver on Hogan onto a steel chair, and if you read Hogan's disgrace of a book, he claims that he fucked his neck up for him. You watch the clip back, he's like, yeah, but your head was a good foot away from the chair. So, shut up, you weird person. Billy Kidman defeating Paul London in a fantastic match. Oh yeah, I said it. In a match on SmackDown a few weeks back, Billy Kidman had fucked up a shooting star press, landing knee first on his opponent Chavo Guerrero's face, right, knocking him the fudge out. Now, the other Cruiserweight guys were upset about this, and they were angry at Kidman. You injured Chavo, you bad man. Now, this is all kinds of strange. We'll talk about why in a second. Now, Kidman loses his confidence in himself, which means it causes he and Paul London, his tag team champion partner, to lose the belts to Kenzo, Suzuki and Rene Dupree, who of course we will also be talking about shortly. They had a confrontation on SmackDown, and London basically gave him a slap. Kidman turned heel later on when London was facing Booker T and whacked him with a chair, and it was all good. Now there's an odd issue here, as I say, this one's strange, because in kayfabe, you're trying to hurt your opponent. No, you're not. Every move that you do is trying to hurt your opponent so that you say that your opponent stays down for the 1, 2, 3. But the cruiserweights in the back were pissed off with him because he hurt his opponent. Now, in real life, you're not trying to hurt your opponent. I don't know what they're trying to say here. I don't. It's very, very confusing. I like the fact that there's a story. You know, it's not just a breakup angle, and they turned something that was a real thing. Chavo did get knocked the fuck out by the errant shooting star press. They turned something that was real into an angle, but it's like I say, it's just a bit strange because it's the. So are you pissed off with him? Because no. So if I hit a DDT on what the cruiserweight's trying to say is, look, if I hit a DDT on someone, I'm trying to incapacitate them, but I'm not trying to hurt them. Is that what you're trying to say? Because the thing is, that's the real life way of looking at it, not the cave. Oh, it's very odd. All right, someone try and explain to me. Yeah. So before I go on, before he turned heel, and when Kidman lost confidence in himself, a couple of times he walked out on matches instead of doing the shooting star press. And basically, Teddy Long has told him tonight that if he walks out of a match, he'll be fired, which is fun. So London is vexed, so he starts fast with a baseball slide and a back body drop, followed by with kicks and a really nice heel kick for 2. He kicks Kidman out of the ring and hits an amazing springboard moonsault off Brett's rope to the outside. Looks amazing, honest to God. Cover again gets 2, but Kidman rakes the eyes to get out of the cover. That's fantastic. I really like that. And then, yeah, because he's just an evil bastard now, his facials are fantastic. The look of just pure disgust is fantastic. It's absolutely brilliant. He posts London's stomach first, then baseball slides to the back. He locks on a seated abdominal stretch, then boots London in the stomach for 2. Kidman seems to be working the midsection as he locks on a surfboard stretch, then follows it up with a gutbuster. One-man flapjack gets 2 and also works the midsection. Then we go back to the seated stretch, complete with elbows in the ribs, because he's a Healy bastard. I love it. I really, really do. London comes back with a spin kick and an enziguri for 2. He tries a powerbomb, but that's countered perfectly into a BK bomb for 2. They fight on the apron. London tries a suplex, but the ribs hurt too much. Bliss. Fantastic. So it's countered. This time Kidman tries a bomb, but London gets a desperation Rana for 2. London bounces off the ropes, but runs into a dropkick right on mush, and it's great. Kidman goes up top, but changes his mind and goes to leave. Ref gets up to 7 before Kidman's back in. Cole makes a really, really good point here when he says that, look, Kidman, has been really, really aggressive until this point, but doesn't want to do the shooting star press because that's just too much, damn it. That's just strange. So anyway, in the ring, London gets a kick to the stomach, goes up top. Instead of hitting the 450 splash, which is his finishing move, he goes for the shooting star press. But Kidman gets the knees up, he goes up top, and after a moment's hesitation, he says, fuck it, hits the shooting star press of his own, and that gets the win. After the bell, London is obviously bitten down on the condom of destiny and coughs up blood due to the injured midsection. Oh, I do like that. EMC's come out and they put London on a stretcher. And then in one of those, Kidman gets in the mic, blames the fans because they're all bloodless. Because on Heat earlier on, Kidman had come out and said, look, do you guys want to see me do the shooting star press? And all the fans are like, fucking yes, we do. And they're like, but, I injured a guy. Yeah, are you all bloodthirsty or something? They're like, fuck her. Just do the damn move, sort of thing. So, because he's an evil fuck, London's on the stretch, like I say, he does another shooting press onto London. Oh, bless, it's so good. I love this match, I really do. The storytelling may be odd, but I think it worked, with the why they're fighting, but it worked perfectly in the ring. The match went 10 minutes 33, but felt longer, and that's not in a bad way. And psychologically, this one was spot on. And honestly, this is the type of match where I really hope going forward that Kidman has got a bigger push, because he was perfect in this match. He was absolutely spot on. You've got a brand new heel. Go work with him. Are they going to do anything with him? It was silly. At Mania 13, Taker won the title off of Sid to win his second championship. Then, Josh talks to JBL, and he's vexed about this pay-per-view, is biased towards Taker. Everyone believes that Taker will win tonight. What about JBL? Tonight, Taker wins over his dead body. JBL's got a point here. This pay-per-view is very biased towards Taker. It just is. We'll talk about that later on. Rene, Dupree, and Kenzo Suzuki. Rene, Dupree and Kenzo Suzuki defeating Rey Mysterio and RVD in a decent match to retain the Tag Team Championships. The Evil Foreigners beat London and Kidman. I keep trying to say London and Kendrick. They were over here recently. For London and Kidman for the belts, as we mentioned before, on the September the 9th episode of SmackDown. Suzuki will be in this company until early 2005, so enjoy him while you can, is what I'll say here. Kenzo gets on the mic and butchers Born in the USA because he can. It's funny, honestly it is. And why it's funny is because he's obviously been told, right, just go and start singing Born in the USA and sing until you get interrupted, alright? So in one of those things that I reckon was a rib on Kenzo, he sings and sings and sings and nothing happens. And you can almost see a flicker of desperation in his eye because he's thinking, why is no one coming up? It's like fucking hey. Yeah, RVD's music comes out. So Kenzo's singing away. Faces control from the start, leading to stereo dives, but the heels take over by pushing RVD off the top rope to the outside, and RVD is your stoner in peril. We got ourselves the generic tag match. It really is. You know what's coming. It's fast tags and it's isolating one opponent. And it's all the usual goodness, and the fans are rabid for the eventual hot tag to Rey. He gets a stunning DDT, cleans house until Dupree can stop a 619 attempt. The faces do a nice suplex rolling thunder combo. Kenzo eats the 619, but as Rey jumps to do the springboard for the West Coast pop, Rene pulls him off, and I think he face plants either the rope or the apron as he comes down, and it must be the apron the way he comes bouncing into the ring. Kenzo, calm as you like, rolls him up, grabs hold of the ropes to get the win at 9 minutes and 9 seconds, just because he's evil, because he's an evil foreigner. Of course he is. Nothing flash, nothing fancy, to be honest, but they stuck to what I like to call the generic tag team formula, and honestly, and I really cannot stress this one enough, honestly, this was what I've put on my notes in capitals, light years better than I thought it was going to. That doesn't actually make any sense, does it? But this, yeah, it goes to, it's, basically what I'm trying to say is, I went into this match going, ugh, Kenzo Suzuki, shite, Rene Dupree, shite, don't give a fuck about RVD, don't give a fuck about Rey Mysterio. So this one could be rubbish, and it really wasn't. Big Show defeating Kurt Angle in another good match. As we said before, Show interfered in a lumberjack match between Angle and Guerrero. He destroyed all the lumberjacks and then destroyed Guerrero and then destroyed Angle. So, of course, he destroyed the entire roster in one go. So what was his punishment for this, for destroying the entire roster and potentially not having to have a show next week because everyone's all dead? He got rewarded with a match with whoever he likes at No Mercy. Well, whoever he likes between Angle and Guerrero. And, of course, he chose Angle. Angle was mad about this. He wasn't very impressed at all, and basically said, look, whatever happens to you is your fault because you chose to do this. So Angle, yeah, did what you do and get a tranquilizer dart, fired a tranquilizer dart into Show, and then shaved him bald because he's evil. It's great. Why not? Oh yeah, anyone who interferes in this match tonight will be fired by Long, who really seems quite desperate to fire someone at the moment. My roster's just too big. I need to get rid of someone. Who should we get rid of? Well, instead of starting someone with suspension or anything like that, tonight's pay-per-view, do something wrong, fired. It's like every couple of matches, fired. Angle gets owned. Oh man, Angle gets owned. Everything he tries fails epically. He hits a hip toss. He hits a vertical suplex. He gets gorilla press slammed. Angle does the right thing, does what any good heel does, and just goes, I can't be out, fuck it, and walks away. And he gets halfway, gets to the top of the ramp, referee's counting him out, yeah, and he comes back when the referee's on 9, and instead of getting in the ring, he goes, and then fucking counts along with the referee, gets carried out. Yeah. Oh, I missed something, yeah. No, I haven't. Here comes Teddy Long. If Kurt doesn't get back in the ring, he's fired from SmackDown. See what I mean? Now, I've got written on my notes here, why would Kurt Angle be asked about that? He could just go to Raw, couldn't he? And probably be happier there, but whatever. So we get Show. Angle gets back in the ring. I don't know if this was intentional, right? But he's out in the front row, so he's got to get back in the ring. But he trips over when he gets back. When he comes over, he trips over on the outside. So he only just makes the 10 count. I don't know if that was intentional or what, but it made me smile. Okay, so Big Show spends the next 3 minutes battering Angle some more. So about 6 minutes, total battering, right? At one point, Big Show does that chop, the overhand chop that he does in the corner. Taz says that could stop your heart. Just no. Kurt tries to grab a chair, so Show calmly punches it away. Kurt then finally counters the chokeslam into an ankle lock, but of course we know that's not going to work. You've done no work on the ankle, so Kurt shows why he really is, or was, one of the best ever, and referee gets bumped, right? Because the way that Show counters out at the ankle lock, Angle is bumped into the ref. So Angle, like I say, evil bastard and a fucking great wrestler, grabs a chair and just batters the leg of Big Show, right? He then stomps on the knee. He then puts it on the ropes and stomps on it some more. He then puts on a leg lock on the apron. He wraps the leg round the apron, puts a leg lock on it, then gets inside, elbows to the knee, and a standing leg lock. And you sat there going, yeah, that if you put the ankle lock on now, that would probably get the job done, actually, now I think about it. Crowd are hot as well. They're chanting, let's go Big Show while this goes on. Show comes back with a clothesline and a slam until the leg gives out and he crotches himself. It's quite entertaining, actually, on the top rope. Angle is a helpful chap. He really is. He helps him back into the ring with an Angle slam. How's that one sound? It gets 2 for Kurt. Angle gets his dart gun out, so Show calmly grabs it off him and just goes, snaps it across his knee. Fantastic. Show hits a reverse powerbomb type thing, gets him up in the powerbomb position, then drops backwards, so Kurt comes down first, limps across the ring, and hits a super chokeslam off. He puts Kurt on the top rope and chokeslams him off the top for the win. Absolutely nothing wrong with this match at all. If you want to go higher than 3 stars, please be my guest. You know, look down below. I may have given it 3. At the moment on my notes, I've given it 3. But just listening to myself describe it sounds more entertaining in the 3-star match, don't you think? But then we have to have something shit, don't we? Because John Cena defeating Booker T in a boring match to win the United States Championship. So this is the final of the best of 5 series that was started at SummerSlam, and of course, because it's a best of series, you know, it's always going to be that they get to the big show. No pun intended, or no relation to Big Show that we've just seen. We get to the big show, and they get to the pay-per-view, and they're equal. And yes, what a shock! They're on 2-0. Booker gets no reaction. I mean, there isn't even a boo, there isn't a Booker T, nothing. Silence for Booker T. Cena is in serious mode tonight, so thankfully we don't get one of his pre-match raps, thank fuck. But speaking of pre-match raps, some fucker tell me what word life means. I just don't know. Cole mentions that if Booker T is disqualified or counts out, he loses the title. Teddy Long really isn't in a very good mood tonight, is he? Crowd are utterly uninterested in this match. They're utterly uninterested when Booker's on offense. When they brawl outside, silence. Inside, Booker tries to make it right? He does the only thing that an evil bastard should do, right, when it's silent, and puts on a fucking chin lock. You know it. He's about 10% successful because it gets a very, very small "Let's go Cena" chant. They react to the masturbation drop, but there's nothing for the bookend. Booker gets a chair, changes his mind, but because he'll get disqualified. If he gets disqualified, he loses the belt, obviously. He misses the axe kick, allowing Cena to cover for 2, and then when that doesn't work, he hits the FU for the win. 10 minutes, 32 seconds. Honestly, folks, this is 3 minutes of a SmackDown match, right? Stretched out to a 10-minute pay-per-view match. It's fucking awful. I mean, that's the thing. It's not even that it's awful. It's just, I mean, there's nothing botchy, there's nothing sloppy in this. It's just that there's nothing interesting or anything that keeps your attention. I'll give it 1 star, right? Because I'm enjoying this show so far. But to make it that little bit better, Cena's title reign lasts for 2 days or 4 days, depending on if you're going from taping or to when it was actually shown, as he loses the title to Carlito in Carlito's debut match. Yay! At Over the Edge 1999, Undertaker won his 3rd WWE World Championship, defeating Stone Cold Steve Austin. Now, as everyone I'm sure knows, I've never seen the show, I've never seen that match. So actually seeing the finish there was one of those, that's quite an interesting way of doing it, wasn't it? Next, Charlie Haas, Rico and Miss Jackie defeating the Dudley Boys and Dawn Marie in a alright match, actually, believe it or not. I thought we'd had enough of the boys earlier on. I really did. Anyway, Haas gets some crisp offense in the early going, some arm drags and a drop kick, but he's soon overpowered by Devon. The ladies get in and do what they do, catfighting and ripping each other's clothes off, and the crowd absolutely love it, as you can probably imagine. We get some comedy, right? I don't know how you guys feel about this, but watching it, as I did, I enjoy this, right? As Bubba wants a kiss from Jackie, and he closes his eyes and all that. That's a nice visual for you. And Jackie, quietly, in a fucking arena of 10,000 people in it, tags in Rico, who gleefully kisses Bubba, and he loves it, of course. Bubba, I don't know how, I feel a little bit bad for enjoying this as much as I did, because it's a tiny little bit homophobic, isn't it? But Bubba, his overreaction is fantastic. He starts dry heaving, and then he just goes, fuck this, and he goes to bail. Rico gets some offense in on Devon until Bubba comes back and yanks him off the apron, and then he wants to get the tag, so he gets the tag, and he absolutely pounds the snot out of Rico. You never do that to me again. You never do that again. He's your face in peril from that point until he can get a nice DDT, gets the tag to Haas, which has no reaction at all, but he cleans house, including a sweet T-bone suplex to Devon, and a German to Buyrate until he's distracted by Dawn Marie. Rico gets a blind tag and hits a nice cross body to Devon, and the girls brawl again. And then in another comedy moment, Bubba wants to waz up, Devon goes up, and Rico's lying on his back saying, yeah, come on, do it, because I want your face on my balls, is what he's implying, and Devon's having none of it. Haas gets a flying elbow off the top, and Rico finishes off with a nice moonsault. 8 minutes 44. I enjoyed this match so much more than I was expecting to. I sat with a smile on my face pretty much the entire match. Proof once again, wrestling doesn't have to be all about psychology and 5-star classics. If you've got a bit of entertainment, at the end of the day, this was also in the death spot before the main event, wasn't it? And yeah, I enjoyed it infinitely more than I thought. I was ever so slightly homophobic, which is it does make me feel a little bit bad for enjoying it, but there was nothing wrong with this at all. I enjoyed it. And Taker beat Hulk Hogan for his 4th championship at Judgment Day 2002. In that match, I'm sure you remember, he hit the world's worst chokeslam, and they saw it 3 times. It's like, why are you showing that? And in our main event, JBL defeating The Undertaker in a piss-poor last ride match to retain the WWE Championship. Get your opponent in the back of the hearse is the way to win. It's an ambulance match. It's that simple. Bradshaw was right, by the way. This whole pay-per-view really does make you think that Taker is winning the belt. It's that simple. They've shown him winning the championship. You go into it, all the announcers, the announcers are pulling for it. It's all, Taker is winning. Yeah, it's one of the, I've got written on my notes here. I know who wins, and I think Taker's winning this match. Does that make sense? Good. Crowd pop for old school. Crowd pop for chokeslam. Crowd pop for leg drop on the apron. But man, they are quiet. Cole, as he does, tries to say that they're stunned by the furiosity of The Undertaker. No, they're just bored. Or, like me, they're sat there thinking, God, I paid for this. Or, alternatively, they're thinking, if we leave now, we can beat the traffic. They're not thinking, God, Taker's so ferocious. Spanish Table is prepped while Bradshaw uses the steps to gain control and go around the ring, including a big boot and some more step shots. We brawl near the hearse, we brawl near the ring, including a fine shoulder tackle off the top by Bradshaw, and this is stupid, a Hell's Gate by fucking Undertaker, which Bradshaw taps out to. And then it's like Taker's gone, fuck, I need to get him in the bloody hearse. Wake up, John. Wake up. Stupid. Really, really stupid. Bradshaw wants a power driver on the ring set, but it's countered and they slowly brawl into the crowd. This match is so goddamn boring. It gets my attention when Taker, when they get back to the ringside and Taker's like, look, this is how you do it. Hits a tombstone power driver on those same ring steps, which busts Bradshaw open, which is one of his... does he bleed in every match that he's in when he's the champion? We'll keep an eye on that one, won't we? Desperation steel chair shot by Bradshaw puts Taker down, and he follows up with the monitor shot, but gets chokeslammed through the Spanish announcer before his troubles, and it gets a fucking holy shit chant. Wow, what the fuck, crowd? Holy shit for a chokeslam through a table. Never seen that before. Holy shit. Sounds like fucking TNA fans, doesn't it? Taker picks JBL. He doesn't drag him. He puts him on his shoulders and takes him to the hearse. But someone's in the hearse and it's Heidenreich. And she jumps out and gets an ether-soaked drag on Taker and puts Taker into the hearse. And we go to drive away. But wait, because there's a conveniently placed camera inside the hearse. And Taker no-sells the shit out of Ether. Fuck that. Gets out, proceeds to give out beats to the heels until he eats a clothesline from hell, and the two heels proceed to put the Undertaker into the hearse. The hearse drives away, and JBL wins the match at 20 minutes and 1 second. And you sat there going, thank fuck that's over. What a bullshit finish that is. Because it means that we're going to get fucking Undertaker versus Heidenreich now. Who wants to see that? Fuck. But wait, there's more. JBL gets on the mic and says he's unbeatable. Don't ever bet on JBL. Oh, and Paul Heyman's driving the hearse, and we know this because we go backstage, and he's yelling at someone, come on, do it, and Heidenreich's there fucking almost frothing at the mouth, and he gets in a 4x4, sorry, and he drives at the hearse, which explodes, which is fucking awful, because that wouldn't happen. And then, yeah, Paul Heyman sort of shocked but pleased, says we've got to go. And I don't know how, but somehow Heidenreich's pissing blood out of his nose. I'm guessing he hit his head on the steering wheel or something like that when he crashed. And so yeah, Taker versus Heidenreich at Survivor Series, I guess. Yay! Can't wait for fucking that one, can you? And yeah, this was wank. This was rubbish. The thing is, I suppose JBL's doing the right thing as the heel champion, because every pay-per-view that we go into, I'm thinking to myself, tonight is the night. JBL is dropping that fucking belt tonight, so I can finally get it out of... Come on, I'm almost finished. Come on, I'm almost done. What is it, by the way? Place your bets. Is it just going to be another... Where is it? I actually can't see it. It's an ambulance. It's an ambulance. 2 ambulances in one fucking bed. Right, yes, so I went into this pay-per-view expecting the worst because I've been told by so many people that it's shite, alright? And, we've just seen on Wikipedia it even says it's shite. But, let me tell you something, right? I was staggered by how much I enjoyed this show, right? If you take out the Cruiserweight match, the United States match, the Cruiserweight title match, the United States title match, and the WWE Championship match, yeah? This is a good show. Honestly, it is. I mean, 5 matches for me are 2 stars or above. So that's good, isn't it? We can go 6 out of 10. I don't think 7 will be quite right, because the main events are dud. Booker T versus Cena, I've been really generous and given 1 star to. Nunzio versus Spike Dudley is half a star. So, should we go 6.5? I think that is a very, very fair rating. But what did you think, folks? I'd love to know what you think down below. I'd love to hear from you. I may not reply to every comment, but I read every single one. If you haven't already and you've enjoyed what you've just seen, please hit that subscribe button. It would mean the world to me. Hit the like button as well. That would also mean about a lot. Share this vid with your friends. You may have wrestling fans. Hey, check this out. This guy's really entertaining. Or just not, because I'm actually not that insane. It's your choice. It's your choice. Follow me on Twitter, where I talk bollocks about bollocks. I check out my Facebook page. I like updating you guys with what's coming up and what I've been doing on my Facebook page. And of course, don't forget, folks, that in 2 weeks' time, I'll be bringing you another episode of 10 years ago. It's going to talk about and look into the first Taboo Tuesday. I'll be looking forward to that one, as I'm sure you guys will. Thank you so much for watching. I have been Mark P. Take it easy, and I'll see you all very soon. Take it easy, guys.